In question number 16, let I equals to current through a conductor. R is its resistance and V is the potential difference across its end. According to Ohm's law, the product of these quantities equals the third. So your I into R is equals to V. So obtain Ohm's law from dimensional analysis. Dimensional formula for R and V is given. So here we have given the dimension of I that we already know. Okay, dimension of current will be this because it is our base quantity, and the dimension of R, it is given as m raised to power 1, L raised to power 2, I raised to power minus 2, T raised to power minus 3. And the dimension of V is given as m raised to power 1, L raised to power 2, T raised to power minus 3, I raised to power minus 1. So that we have given. So let us derive Ohm's law. Suppose V is proportional to I raised to power alpha and R raised to power beta. Okay, suppose we do not know the relation, so let the proportionality constant is K. If this relation is correct, then it must be dimensionally correct, so we can take dimension on both sides. So dimension of V must be equals to dimension of this. So we can write dimension of V is already given, that is m raised to power 1, L raised to power 2, T raised to power minus 3, I raised to power minus 1. And इसको हम लिख सकते हैं dimension of K, which is a dimensionless constant, into dimension of I raised to power alpha into dimension of R raised to power beta. So this is dimensionless constant, so it will not contribute anything, and it is I raised to power alpha, and this R will be this m raised to power 1, L raised to power 2, I raised to power minus 2, T raised to power minus 3 raised to power beta. So it will be m raised to power beta, L raised to power 2 beta, and your I raised to power alpha minus 2 beta and T raised to power minus 3 beta. तो यहाँ पे हमने एक्सपोनेंट्स की प्रॉपर्टीज लगा दी है. So here we have m raised to power 1, L raised to power 1, T raised to power minus 3, I raised to power minus 1. So now we compare with we can equal the dimensions. So 1 will be equals to beta and the power of L will be equals to this. सॉरी यहाँ पर 2 है, जैसे L raised to power 2, तो यहाँ पर आपका 2 आएगा. And then minus 3 is equals to alpha minus 2 beta and minus 1 is equals to minus 3. Sorry, this minus 1 is here, and here we have time, so it will be minus 3. Okay, so from this we have beta equals to 1. यहाँ से भी आपका beta equals to 1 ही आएगा, और if we put beta equals to 1 in this expression, so we will get alpha equals to 1, and from here again beta is equals to 1. Okay, so from here we can say this implies alpha is equals to 1, beta equals to 1. So if we substitute these value in our relation, so we will get V is equals to K times I raised to power 1 and R raised to power 1, and experimentally this quotient comes out to be 1, so can be found out experimentally. So V is equals to IR. So this is your answer to question number 16. In question number 17, the frequency of vibration of a string depends on the length L between the nodes, the tension F in the string, and its mass per unit length. Okay, guess the expression for its frequency from dimensional analysis. So suppose this is your string and it has length L, and when it vibrates, the frequency of vibration, this thing will cover in the waves. When we study waves on the strings, तो वहाँ पर ये concept आप पढ़ोगे, frequency of sound produced by the vibrating string. So we have to find the relation of the frequency and इसका relation with the length. Okay, and the tension F. Tension basically it has the dimension of force, and the tension basically it is in the string. So when we stretch a string, then there will be a tension in the string, उसको बोलते हैं tension. When we stretch the string, there will be forces, opposing forces in the string, and that forces are called tension. And M is your mass per unit length. So this is your mass per unit length, and this is your tension, और ये तो आपकी लेंथ है. So tension has the dimension of force, and mass per unit length basically mass divided by length. So first of all, let me write the dimension. Dimension of length will be L raised to power 1, and dimension of tension in the string will be M raised to power 1, L raised to power 1, T raised to power minus 2. And the dimension of mass per unit length will be M raised to power 1, L raised to power minus 1. Okay, mass upon length, that will be M raised to power 1, L raised to power minus 1. And we have to find the relation of frequency with these three quantities. So we can write your frequency is proportional to, say, alpha power of L, and frequency is proportional to beta power of F, and frequency is proportional to M raised to power gamma. So if we club all these three proportionalities, we will get your frequency in the string is proportional to L raised to power alpha, F raised to power beta, M raised to power gamma. So if we put some proportionality constant k, so it will become this. Now this equation is correct. If this equation is correct, it must be dimensionally correct. So the dimension of left hand side should be equal to the dimension of right hand side. So we can write the dimension of this left hand side will be equal to dimension of right hand side, like this. So frequency has a dimension of T raised to power minus 1, and then we can separate this out. So that it is dimensionless, and the length has L raised to power 1, and force, this tension is as the dimension of force, so it will be M raised to power 1, L raised to power 1, T raised to power minus 2, and this is mass per unit length, so it will be M raised to power 1, L raised to power minus 1. So we club these together, M raised to power beta plus gamma, L raised to power alpha plus beta minus gamma, T raised to power minus 2 beta. This must be equals to M raised to power 0, L raised to power 0, T raised to power minus 1. Okay, if we compare left hand side and right side dimensions, so 0 will be equals to beta plus gamma, and 0 is equals to alpha plus beta minus gamma, and minus 1 is equals to minus 2 beta. And from the third equation we can get beta is equals to 1 by 2. So from here we will get gamma equals to minus 1 by 2, because gamma is equals to minus beta, and from here we will get alpha is equals to gamma minus beta. So gamma is your minus 1 by 2, and your beta is 1 by 2, so it will be minus 1 by 2, so it comes out to be minus 1. So we have all the values. So now we can substitute all this value in this equation, तो हमको मिलेगा k and l raised to power alpha which is -1 and your f raised to power beta that is 1 by 2 and your m raised to power -1 by 2. सो इसको हम लिख सकते हैं something like this. Okay, so this is the formula for frequency in the string, and this k can be found out experimentally. So this is the answer of question number 17. In question number 18, test if the following equations are dimensionally correct. So we have 4 equations, and in the first equation we have h is equals to 2s cos theta upon rho rg. In the second equation we have v is equals to square root of p by rho. In the third equation we have v is equals to pi p r raised to power 4t upon 8 eta l. And in the fourth we have frequency is equals to 1 by 2 pi square root of mgl by I. तो और ये जो भी आपकी फिजिकल क्वांटिटीज़ यहाँ पर यूज़ की हैं उनका डिस्क्रिप्शन यहाँ पर गिवन है. सो फर्स्ट करते हैं. सो वी हैव टू टेस्ट वेदर दे आर डायमेंशनली करेक्ट. सो इन क्वेश्चन नंबर 18, the first is h is equals to 2s cos theta upon rho rg. So first of all, let me write all the things. H is your height, S is your surface tension, rho is the density of the liquid, so this thing will study in the fluids. ठीक है, fluids में हम इसको study करने वाले हैं. And R is the radius and g is your acceleration due to gravity. So the dimension of h will be equals to L raised to power 1, and the dimension of S, surface tension is force per unit length, so it will be m raised to power 1 t raised to power -2, because force होता है m raised to power 1 L raised to power t raised to power -2 and divided by the length, so L से L cancel हो जाएगा, तो you will get this. And the dimension of density will be m raised to power 1 L raised to power -3. Mass, this is the dimension mass, and this is the dimension of length. And your radius has a dimension of length, and acceleration due to gravity is acceleration, so it has a dimension of L raised to power 1 t raised to power -2. So if we find the dimension of h, it is L, and the dimension of right hand side, that is 2s cos theta upon rho rg, so it will be dimension of 2, dimension of s, dimension of cos theta divided by dimension of r, dimension of rho, dimension of g. So let us substitute. This is a dimensionless constant, and surface tension is m raised to power 1 L raised to power m raised to power 1 t raised to power -2, and cos theta, again it is dimensionless. L has a dimension of length, rho is your m raised to power 1 L raised to power -3, and g has dimension of acceleration. So from here m से m cancel हो गया, और इसको हम इससे काट सकते हैं. So we will get 1 upon L raised to power 1 -1, so it comes out to be L raised to power 1. So it has the dimension same as the dimension of h. We can say the given formula is dimensionally correct. Okay. In the second part, we have given v is equals to square root of p by rho, where v is the speed of sound. Okay. So from here we can say the dimension of v will be L raised to power 1 T raised to power minus 1, and the dimension of P, pressure, that will be M raised to power 1 L raised to power minus 1 T raised to power minus 2, force per unit area, and the density will be M raised to power 1 L raised to power minus 3. Okay, so now we'll find the dimension of right hand side. So dimension of P by rho will be dimension of P by rho raised to power 1 by 2, and this can be written as P is M raised to power 1 L raised to power minus 1 T raised to power minus 2, and rho is M raised to power 1 L raised to power minus 3. So it comes out to be L raised to power 2 T raised to power minus 2 raised to power 1 by 2. So from here we can say it is L raised to power 1 T raised to power minus 1. So again the dimension L raised to power 1 T raised to power 1 is same as the dimension of speed. So we can say it is dimensionally correct. In C part, we have given volume flow rate is equals to pi p r raised to power 4 t upon 8 eta into L. So here V is the flow rate, volume flow rate. Okay, and P is pressure of liquid, and R is the radius of the pipe in which the liquid is flowing, and T, let us say T is your time. It is not given anywhere. Okay, V is volume, it is given that it is volume, and T is your time, and eta is your coefficient of viscosity, and your L is the length of the pipe. So if we see the dimension of all these quantity, so dimension of volume will be L raised to power 3, and the dimension of pressure will be M raised to power 1 L raised to power minus 1 T raised to power minus 2, and dimension of R will be L raised to power 1, and the dimension of T will be T raised to power 1, and the coefficient of viscosity इसको हम निकाल सकते हैं with the formula viscous force 6 pi eta RV. So from where we can find, so we know that your viscous force is 6 pi eta RV. So we can use this expression to find the dimension of viscosity. So it will be M raised to power 1 L raised to power 1 T raised to power minus 2 divided by L raised to power 1 L raised to power 1 T raised to power minus 1. So it will be M raised to power 1 L raised to power minus 1 T raised to power minus 1. So this is the dimension of viscosity, and L has the dimension of length. So L has the dimension of length. So the left hand side has the dimension of L cube. Let us see what is the dimension of right hand side. So it can be written as dimension of pi by 8 into dimension of p into dimension of r raised to power 4 into dimension of t divided by dimension of viscosity into dimension of length. So it is dimensionless constant, and p is m raised to power 1, l raised to power minus 1, t raised to power minus 2. R raised to power 4 will be L raised to power 4, and it is time, and coefficient of viscosity is m raised to power 1, L raised to power minus 1, t raised to power minus 1, and this is L raised to power 1. So from here we can cancel out some things. So what we will get, so देखो t raised to power minus 2 यहाँ पे t raised to power 1, तो ये हो जाएगा t raised to power minus 1, तो यहाँ पे भी t raised to power minus 1, तो ये cancel out हो जाएगा. So what we'll have l raised to power 3, because यहाँ पर l raised to power 4 है, यहाँ पर l raised to power 1 है, तो the dimension of this thing is l raised to power 3 and the dimension of volume is l raised to power 3, so the dimension of left hand side is equals to the dimension of right hand side. So we can say this equation is dimensionally correct. In D part, frequency is equals to 1 upon 2 pi square root of mgl upon I. So here your m is the mass, g is the acceleration due to gravity, l is the length, and I is the moment of inertia. So basically this is the frequency of oscillation of a physical pendulum. Okay, so ये आपका physical pendulum है, and this thing will cover in SHM. So m has the dimension of mass, g is your acceleration due to gravity, and l is has the dimension of length, and your I is the moment of inertia, and it is m raised to power 1, l raised to power 2. And frequency, it has the dimension of t raised to power minus 1. So the dimension of 1 upon 2 pi right hand side का अगर बात करें, it will be 1 upon 2 pi, and dimension of mgl upon I raised to power 1 by 2. So this is dimensionless constant. तो यहाँ पर अगर हम बात करें तो m is your mass, this is l raised to power 1, t raised to power minus 2, and this is l raised to power 1, and your I is m raised to power 1, l raised to power 2. So this is l raised to power 1, l raised to power 1, so l raised to power 2, तो ultimately ये भी cancel out हो जाएगा, and we will left with t raised to power minus 2 into 1 by 2, so it will be t raised to power minus 1. So the dimension of right hand side is t raised to power minus 1, and the dimension of left hand side is also t raised to power minus 1. So we can say this equation is dimensionally correct. So in question number 19, so let x and a stands for distance. So it means the dimension of x is equals to dimension of a is equals to l raised to power 1. Is this integration of 1 upon square root of a square minus x square equals to 1 upon a sine inverse a by x? We have to check whether it is dimensionally correct. So integration dx upon square root of a square minus x square is equals to 1 by a sine inverse a by x. Okay, so the dimension of dx upon square root of a square minus x square integral, इसकी जो dimension होगी that will be equals to the dimension of dx upon square root of a square minus x square. Okay, तो इंटीग्रेशन अगर डायमेंशन देखनी है तो इंटीग्रेशन से कुछ लेना देना नहीं हमारा, सो इंटीग्रेशन यू कैन रिमूव। अब अगर आप ध्यान से देखिए जो dx है, इट इज़ द स्मॉल इनफाइनाइटली स्मॉल चेंज इन द x, सिंस x इज़ अ लेंथ तो स्मॉल चेंज इन द x विल ऑल्सो हैव द डायमेंशन ऑफ लेंथ। सो इसको हम लिख सकते हैं डायमेंशन ऑफ dx अपॉन डायमेंशन ऑफ स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ a स्क्वायर माइनस x स्क्वायर। ओके, अब a स्क्वायर जो है it has the dimension of l square, it has the dimension of l square and it is being subtracted from x square, तो इन दोनों की जो डायमेंशन है सेम होगी, तो वी कैन से डायमेंशन ऑफ a square is equals to डायमेंशन ऑफ x square is equals to l square। ओके, तो इसका मतलब it implies a square minus x square has a dimension of l square। ठीक है, अगर a स्क्वायर की डायमेंशन l स्क्वायर है, x स्क्वायर की डायमेंशन l स्क्वायर है, तो उनके डिफरेंस की डायमेंशन भी l स्क्वायर होगी। एंड द स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ a स्क्वायर माइनस x स्क्वायर इट विल हैज़ द डायमेंशन ऑफ l स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ दैट। तो इसको हम लिख सकते हैं डायमेंशन ऑफ लेंथ अपॉन दिस इज डायमेंशन ऑफ लेंथ, सो इट कम्स आउट टू बी 1। सो द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड इज डायमेंशनली, so the left hand side does not have any dimension. Let us see the right hand side. Okay, since a by x, this thing is your angle in radian, so the angle is dimensionless quantity, so we can say it will be the dimension of 1 by a into dimension of sine inverse a by x. Okay, a by x is a dimensionless, this entire thing is dimensionless because it is an angle and the angle is dimensionless. So what we'll have, we have only this, so it has a dimension of l raised to power minus 1. So the left hand side has the dimension of l raised to power 1 and the right hand side has the dimension of l raised to power minus 1. Sorry, left hand side is dimensionless and the right hand side has the dimension of l raised to power minus 1. So we can say the dimension of left hand side is not equals to dimension of right hand side. So we can say it is not dimensionally correct. So this is the answer of question number 19. Hence I conclude the chapter 1 of H.C. Verma. Thank you.